Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Taking a look at a Android head unit installed into my F-150. This is installed in the 04 to 08, but I believe the installation is honestly the same all the way up until 2014. I'm not really showing you the installation process of this. It was really stupid simple. Pulled this trim panel off, pulled out the factory head unit via 4 bolts. The harness I had was all plug and play connections. All I had to do was crimp and shrink, use those heat shrink butt connectors, connect color-coded wires together, hook in the antenna, the GPS, and away I was good to go. So, figure we'll take a look at the head unit though. So I'll turn my ignition on. Here's what pops up. And I believe my radio is going to pop up right away, so I have to turn that volume down. Or it may not. No, it doesn't look like it is. Okay. So, let's try and close some... Yeah, maybe get a little better lighting in here. Kind of sucks, but is what it is. Anyways, so first things first. This is all touchscreen. And we are going to first start off in our settings. Go for a run through of what this is capable of. So sound settings, subwoofer, volume control, bass, low EQ, mid EQ, high EQ range. You can change your... Honestly, I don't know what the settings for the hertz are. It's just honestly in its default mode. Preset EQs, rock, pop, jazz, classical, custom. That's sound settings. To change fader, top right screen. And you can basically drag this ball wherever you want to put the audio. Recenter that. Go back to the EQ. System info. So there's the Android information. So it says it's running Android 8.1 Go or mobile. I don't know. I've heard rumors that it's only Android 6, I believe. But I'm being told it's Android 8.1. And that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, sorry about that. So we'll go back into the factory settings. And here you can kind of fine-tune all of your other settings. So like the built-in internal amplifier, USB settings, mute settings. Basically everything here, so your touch settings, so what you want your power button to do, home is going to be my home button, so you can basically change things. So resolution, right now it's set for adaptive, so it'll change the resolution via whatever media file that it's playing at the time. X-axis and Y-axis swap. I'd rather not, because that's going to flip the whole screen. Configure, no upgrade files found. Key position. Reboot, if I want to do that. I don't have any tire pressure monitoring systems hooked up to this, because this does allow you to hook into CAN bus and whatnot like that. I don't have any of that hooked up. I also don't have a TPMS sensor in an 06 F-150. So we'll back out of this. So car settings. So this would be where if your factory head unit allowed you to change vehicle settings and factory navigation and stuff like that. I don't, so no big deal. This is Android settings. So we can click here. So this is where you would find your basic Android, so your Wi-Fi, your data, Bluetooth, display, accounts, all that kind of stuff. GPS detection. Now this does have GPS, very decent signal. My antenna is literally stuck right under here to the bottom side of this plastic. So volume settings, you can change the media, the call, or the mix and the mixing ratio. So my phone calls come through at full volume, and then it's just controlled by the media volume. So brightness, so my backlight during the day with lights off. And then when I turn my headlights on, it automatically dims. I can change that as well. So turn my headlights on, it doesn't dim. Now, having them dim is a wonderful thing. Navigation. You can choose which maps you basically want to use. So Google Maps, you do need to be paired to your phone or some other Wi-Fi device for Google Maps to actually work accurately. I use Cigic, and it just uses the GPS antenna. Absolutely beautiful. Steering Learn. Now this is, so if I wanted to use my factory steering wheel controls, which if I had the harness for it, I could do that. Honestly, I've never used the volume on my steering wheel because it's very sticky. And that's about the only useful thing having on the wheel. So when you're driving. But my buttons are very sticky for here. I don't know why. So I just use these buttons for fan and temperature. Honestly, this is the first vehicle I've had that's had steering wheel controls anyways, besides for cruise control. But this would allow me to program. So if I wanted my volume button, and then I would just press and hold volume button, and it would learn. But I don't have that harness hooked up. Logo settings. So here you can change your boot up logo. Internal logos. Android. And you can basically scroll through for whatever vehicle you've got. I actually haven't hooked or changed it yet, so let's find Ford. Start setting logo. There we go. Other settings. So this one you can choose, so a float bar. If you hit this, you have this little thing here floating around that helps you for your media. Handbrake off, handbrake on. So this is now, I can't play media devices without my handbrake on. You can manually set that off inside and basically just internally grounds it. Screen mode, forced setting or switching. So right now if I roll my vehicle over, the whole screen will rotate just like an Android's phone. Reverse setting, I can choose to mute my audio when my backup camera comes on. I don't have a backup camera, so I don't need to worry about that. So then we can go into our, let's load up navigation. It'll take a couple of seconds to boot. I'm also going to turn audio down. So this is Cigic, or Cigic, however you guys want to pronounce it. I frankly don't care. Rotate face north. So this is my town. It literally shows I'm in my driveway. I've got my favorite settings here. I want to go to an auto parts store. Let's go to an auto parts. I can get directions, and I can hit start. And it'll literally give me directions from my house to where I want to go. Yes, exit navigation. Radio. Let's turn volume down. So this is the radio app. It's literally just FM radio. You can scroll through your presets, or you can grab your bar and drag your slider. Nothing too fancy with the radio. It's literally just that, a radio. Bluetooth. So right now I've got the Bluetooth to my phone turned off, so I'm not connecting to it, but I can load up a keypad if I was connected. Contacts, answer call, whatnot. It's just I don't want to be recording the audio through the microphone on the device, so I have that turned off on my phone. I'm also paired to a OBD2 Elm 327. It's a code reader scanner. We'll get into that a little bit. So apps, music, and then again, this is the settings we were just in. If I scroll down on the top here, there's a few more options. I can turn Wi-Fi on and off. I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi right now. Screen off. I tap screen again. It'll come on. I can turn off the factory amplifier. So that will turn off the subwoofer. I can go screenshots. I can clean up Bluetooth, Android settings, car settings, and video output. So I can turn video output on and off. Right now I have video output off because I don't have any monitors or screens in the back for the kids. So we'll go back. We can go through the apps. Now this is an Android-based system, so here we can go Bluetooth settings. Avin, I honestly don't know. Oh, AVI, audio video input. Derp, local music, NetNavi. Haven't used those. This is literally the radio app. It's on the home screen. Yes, there's a calculator built into this. Why? I really don't know. Kind of interesting. I do have a calendar, and it is synced to my Gmail. Again, I can get into car settings through the apps. We've got Google Chrome. So you can browse the web browser, video. No videos at the moment. So we've got downloads. We got Google Maps, Film Car or F-Car. You can watch films while driving. Phone link. Now, phone link here. If you download this app onto your phone as well, once you connect your phone via the USB cable, which there is 2 of in here, it'll basically just mirror whatever's on your phone screen. The Google Play Store, for those who are familiar with Android, here's what it is. Same as your Apple Play Store. You can load up Facebook. Ooh, what's Cody got? Looks like he's got the engine pulled on his truck. Sweet. Again, Android settings. File manager. So basically just a standard Android tablet setup. User manual. So this tells you everything about the stereos unit and how to use it. So we've also got Spotify, which is one of my favorite features. What I usually used to do was I'd have an FM transmitter plugged up in there into the 12-volt socket, and it connected via Bluetooth to my phone, and that's how I would project music and phone calls and whatnot. This I just find a heck of a lot easier. You can go into offline mode, and it'll play whatever you have downloaded to the device. If you're in online mode and you connect to Wi-Fi, you can play anything. Actually, I don't have any uncopywritten music on here, but I have a feeling that my father would be okay with it.
She works the streets all night just to earn a dollar so she can feed her children.
So the audio itself is actually pretty decent.
Why do you look at me with disgust and judgment? my strong tower. When I'm pressed on every side,
That's max volume.
When I'm wounded, now lift my hands.
So this is the main reason why I really like this head unit, is for the Spotify. So continuing on through the apps here. So again, here's the Sigic, which was also in the navigation down there. So I've got Torque Pro. Now this is connected to the OBD adapter down there. Turn the ignition all the way on. So here, this allows me to check fault codes of any check engine light that comes on in my vehicle. And the only things that should pop up are my power steering pressure sensor. It's not a check engine code or anything, but it does pop up because my power steering pressure sensor is shot. I can clear codes. If I start the engine, you can live stream data. So coolant temp, fuel, the pressure of my fuel rail. This is just what I have set up for monitoring the load of the engine. Right now it's kind of in high idle. Should drop down. Intake air temperature in Fahrenheit, RPM, fuel remaining in the vehicle. I have 98.8% left, or 91% left, sorry. The volts at the computer module. My catalytic converter temperatures, how much throttle input, like the position of the throttle plate, sorry, on the intake, and air temperature, RPMs. If I really wanted to do some racing, 0 to 60 based off of GPS and the computer's speedometer. Oh, looks like I got somebody here. So we will pick up in a bit, showing you the rest of the stuff and the USB features and whatnot. So I'll be back in a bit.